I'm Dr. William Blackwell, and this is the Hazda Tribe. Scientists have discovered that they have the #1 healthiest gut in the world, even though they eat things your doctor would scream at you about, and some of the ingredients in their food are illegal in the U.S. Yet, they never suffer from constipation, bloating, diarrhea, or stabbing pains in the gut, and they manage to stay slim and fit, emptying their bowels every day like clockwork. And all of this without forcing down ridiculous amounts of fiber or taking probiotics, without going to dietitians and restricting their gluten, lactose, or sugar intake. Researchers will have scratching their heads over this until they discovered the secret source of gut health that makes this tribe's members some of the healthiest people on the planet. And it all comes down to this ancient secret that used to be part of every single human's diet until a few hundred years ago. The best part, according to scientists, you don't have to travel to Africa for it. In fact, this solution is so simple that some doctors from Mount Sinai called it the biggest missed opportunity in medicine in the last century. In under a minute, in the comfort of your own home, you can finally get the clean, healthy gut that all the probiotics and fibers and treatments from your doctor have never delivered. This instant gut fix works so well because it does more than just fix the lining of your gut. It makes your stool softer and targets years of built-up gut inflammation. Based on the latest cutting-edge research out of Harvard, this instant gut fix also targets the root cause of these problems, a long-ignored nerve in the human body that controls every little thing about your digestion. This nerve is so under-researched that one survey discovered only 6.2% of medical professionals even knew what it does. But this crucial nerve in the human body is like the control tower of your gut. It decides whether you get diarrhea, constipation, or fermentation in the gut that leads to painful bloating. When properly taken care of, this same nerve can finally unlock long-term perfect digestion with daily regular stools, and it can even fire up your metabolism to get you losing weight better than any pill or any diet has ever delivered. In fact, it can help you effortlessly flush out poop from your clogged colon each morning and give you a flatter belly in days so you can wave goodbye to conditions like GERD, leaky gut, or hemorrhoids. This is something you can try at home right away after you finish this video. 21,712 have already healed their chronic constipation, diarrhea, gas buildup, and irritation in the gut by doing this instant gut fix, leaving them no longer feeling ashamed of their stomach sticking out, no longer feeling constantly backed up, and without having to plan their entire day looking for a restroom close by. This instant gut fix gives you perfectly smooth digestion, making sure you won't have to strain on the toilet for 1 second. You won't have to give up any of your favorite foods in the process. Stress yourself with daily fiber intake calculators or even set foot in a gym, and you can completely heal your gut, no matter your age, gender, weight, or medical conditions. No matter how slow you think your metabolism is, how many methods you've tried, or for how long your digestion has been troubling you. And regardless of whether you suffer from chronic constipation, diarrhea, GERD, or just bloating, so many others have felt the relief and joy of this gut fix. Now it's your turn to finally get your gut clean, empty, and in good working order. Just listen to what Brenda Martin from Billings, Montana had to say about it.
My gut problems only seemed to get worse. The list of foods I had to watch out for changed every week. It was like a full-time job. But look at me now. With your method, my gut feels like new. I can eat what I want. I feel completely empty when I use the bathroom. And I've started losing weight with no effort at all. This solution has changed my life for the better, top to bottom.
Or John Williams from Lincoln, Nebraska.
I used to not be able to poop for a week at a time. I knew all my colleagues could hear the rumbling in my belly. How embarrassing! I almost lost all hope that I would ever be able to keep my gut in check. But now, here I am. Your science-based method finally fixed my gut. I never thought I would say this, but I poop like clockwork. And I lost 20 pounds without having to change my diet at all. Thank you, Dr. Blackwell.
Or Linda Thompson from Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Maybe I could have continued to live in discomfort, but when my bloating got so bad that a woman offered her seat to me, thinking I was pregnant, I knew it had to stop. I have never been more humiliated in my life than seeing my bulging belly get more bloated and bloated. Using your method has given me back my confidence, and now I can say I am finally constipation free. Thank you so much.
Hi, I am Dr. William Blackwell. and I've been honored with 6 separate awards recognizing my contributions as a leading gut specialist in 2016, 2019, and 2021. But it's feedback like the comments you just heard that makes me the most proud of my work. Beyond supporting movie stars in my private clinic and educating other doctors on gut health, I was a pioneer in the field of gut-brain communication, exploring how the gut influences neurological conditions like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. I also helped invent a device that better diagnoses GI tract conditions. But my biggest motivation doesn't come from the awards in my office, but knowing the responsibility I carry for the thousands of people I get to see in my private practice clinics. Their stories and their suffering are what keep me going and what push me to innovate and come up with better gut health solutions. But I can only help so many people by one-on-one consultations. You see, the waiting list for my private practice is over 19 months long right now, and that's with my entire team working around the clock. I need to put this solution out there because not everyone has the privilege of a private consult, and because I'm convinced that digestion is the key to fixing most major health problems. Few specialists and researchers take this issue as seriously as I do. If you look at the number of studies in the field, there are far more research papers done on cosmetic surgery to slim down the waist and take fat out of the belly area than actual studies into digestion, the very thing that keeps us alive. And none of the tools and solutions I have used so far have come even close to my latest innovation, an innovation I want to share with you today. This solution is so cheap and so easy to access that it will completely turn everything you know about gut health on its head. And I know it's already causing quite a stir in my medical field, with lots of big companies quite unhappy with me just for talking about it like this. But I'm a doctor first, and my duty is toward my patients. This breakthrough will bring you the relief you've been hoping for and finally allow you to forget the impossible diet rules, the useless fiber intake, all the dead probiotics, the uncomfortable enemas, and all the other tips and tricks that you might have tried and failed by. The best part, it will only take you seconds every day, and you can do it in the comfort of your own home. You won't even have to travel down to my private clinic and visit me. Once you learn how easy this is, you'll finally say goodbye to loud, embarrassing noises and bad smells from the bathroom. And at last, you'll feel better in your body after having flushed out pounds of poop that have been stuck inside your gut, turning your insides into a toxic wasteland. When you digest food properly, you get more nutrition and energy, so you'll leave behind that tired feeling that drags you down all day. You might even enjoy a flatter belly as you get rid of 12 to 20 pounds of stuck poop that's been making you feel bloated and heavy. You'll feel lighter, more confident, and fully satisfied as you completely empty your bowels like clockwork every day. Trust me, I've seen it all, and some of the so-called solutions out there will only end up making your problem twice as bad and further destroying the health of your gut. If you pay attention over the next 4 minutes, I'll reveal to you which so-called gut fixes you should absolutely stay away from, because they'll only lead to more inflammation, bloating, and pain. I'll show you a gentle belly nerve massage technique that can immediately bring relief to your backed-up gut. And I'll tell you why some of the poorest African tribes have better gut health than American CEOs, despite not having their billions of dollars. The sad truth is, many Americans choose temporary solutions because they have no idea what the root cause of their problem really is: a barely studied nerve that is the control center for your entire digestive system. Most doctors won't tell you that not fully emptying your bowels every morning is the first sign that something is wrong. I've seen this with my own eyes, how this leads to toxic accumulation and damage to nearly every cell and gland inside your body. In hundreds of my patients, the poop starts getting slowly reabsorbed by their body, causing hundreds of health problems that are usually blamed on some other cause or just get blamed on weight gain or some other random reason. But today, I'll reveal the real long-term fix and the real cause of many issues plaguing your health. However, I'm aware how important immediate relief is as well. So I'll also be giving you my 7-second nerve belly massage that you can do for yourself in the mornings to effortlessly flush out your clogged colon every single day without strain. And if you suffer from diarrhea, you'll also discover why diarrhea is a sign of the exact same nerve problem in your body. So get comfortable, stick with me for just a little bit longer, and really pay attention. This information is going to set you and your loved ones free from embarrassing and frustrating colon clogging, belly pain, and stomach churning for good. Once you follow these quick and easy instructions, you'll finally release the 10 to 15 pounds of stuck poop, vent out your colon of all the toxic gas accumulating inside it, and start effortlessly dropping extra weight that's been sticking to the inside of your gut. And the best part? Your internal organs will start to slowly detoxify and leave you feeling healthy, clean, and light every day. My methods and research have already relieved the pain and discomfort of thousands of patients. However, I knew there was still a piece of the puzzle missing. And then I met Andrea. Meeting her was the most heartbreaking thing that has ever happened to me. But her arrival at my clinic also led me to the incredible breakthrough that has so far changed the lives of 21,712 Americans of all ages. You see, Andrea was not like my other patients. Most of the people who come to see me are older and able to afford the services of a private clinic. Andrea had put together all the money she could save to come in for a consultation because she was in constant pain and discomfort, barely able to eat anything anymore. She kept a list of foods that would trigger her digestive problems, and over the years, that list of foods she couldn't eat would just keep growing and growing. She struggled with this problem for over 25 years, seeing doctor after doctor after doctor. She was doing all the right things, following a healthy diet, staying away from artificial sweeteners and fat, and being careful to eat fiber and probiotic-filled yogurt. She took fistfuls of prebiotics and probiotics, and regularly did colon cleanses and detoxes. She was also working out and kept in good shape. In fact, you'd expect her to be one of the healthiest people alive, considering she was running a yoga studio for mothers getting back in shape after pregnancy. She was focused on her health holistically, and still, her gut was in tatters. She dealt with constant bloating, switching from one day to the next between medium and large size leggings. The inflammation from her IBS had gotten so bad that the list of recommended foods from the dietitian had dwindled to 26 items. She was in pain and discomfort every day, but she was raising 4 kids all by herself, and that meant she couldn't take any days off, even when she was in agony because of the cramps and the bloating. After her husband had died in an accident, killed by a drunk driver, Andrea had to rely on her yoga studio to make ends meet, and that meant she needed to work. When she came to me, she was determined that I would hear her out. A wealthier client at the yoga studio had recommended me and reassured her that I also had a holistic approach to health. And after researching my work, Andrea discovered that one of the issues I was committed to fixing was decreasing inflammation that affects the gut, which Andrea strongly believed in. You see, Andrea had spent the last 3 years doing research on how movement and massage to relieve inflammation can start healing the gut. It was listening to her story that finally put me on the path of this major breakthrough. But until we get to the solution, please bear with me for the next few minutes while I tell you why the solutions you tried so far haven't worked. I don't want you wasting more time on things that will never be of help. I'll also reveal what will finally stop your gut issues, but I think it's vital for you to first know what to stay away from. For a long time, I'd make my very own mixes of the latest probiotics to hit the market, but they rarely made a difference in the long term. When I'd call my patients back for checkups, I'd find out that their digestive problems were as bad as ever. I couldn't understand why, especially since most gut specialists swear by probiotics, and I knew that the theory behind them made sense. So I did my own digging, and what I found out shocked me, and it should absolutely anger you. You see, the probiotics industry has made hundreds of millions off the hype. That's why they've been hiding research showing that many of the market probiotics kill your gut. That's not a figure of speech. The bacteria in the probiotics try to take over your gut and ensure they survive at any cost. So instead of working with the good bacteria already living inside your intestines, they mount a hostile takeover and turn villain. That is, in the rare cases where the probiotics you take have any live bacteria in them. Studies show that many probiotics are so badly stored and badly packaged that they end up in your house as dead powder. There's a very high chance that you may be buying dead bacteria unless you shop very carefully, said Dr. Todd Cooperman, president of Consumer Lab, one of the leading independent product testers out there. The truth is that if a box of probiotics costs $10 or $20, you can be sure that what's inside is long dead. I'd also gone the laxative route, which was also something Andrea had tried. But she and I both found out that things like laxatives only focus on a very small part of digestion. And of course, they helped in the moment, but never in the long term. Your gut is like a high-tech factory with so many delicate moving parts, and with laxatives, you're only focusing your energy on fixing the smallest part of it. Also, laxatives, stool softeners, or anti-diarrhea medications are terrible in the long run for the entire system of your gut. They're crutches that teach your intestinal muscles to become lazy and sluggish. In fact, researchers of one 2018 study from Cedars-Sinai Medical Center found a potential correlation between laxative use and an increased risk of colon cancer. And it's the same with the enema crazes that grip social media every now and again. On the other hand, eating more fiber sounds like a brilliant idea and is the first recommendation of most top medical specialists in the field. The problem with most fiber is that it's extremely low quality. Imagine trying to eat more veggies, but the veggies you eat have been sitting in the sun for a couple of weeks, drying out and not getting any nutrients from the soil. It's exactly the same story with fibers. If they're not good enough quality fibers, you might as well not even bother. But while it's very easy to spot low-quality veggies and avoid them, you probably have no idea what makes good quality fiber. Unfortunately, most high-fiber food you can get at the store, even when it's labeled as bio or organic, has had its fibers stripped for easier processing. It's just cheaper, easier to cook, and has a longer shelf life if some of the fiber's been stripped from the food. And the saddest part is that most medical experts are just as clueless as the patients. Like how most recommendations you get are for insoluble fibers. They're considered superstars in the world of digestion, such as inulin, pectins, and beta-glucans, but they just don't mix well with water in your gut. So what do? They compact, get stuck, block your bowels, and make an even bigger problem than the one you started with. And don't get me started on diets as an option. Every year there's a new diet that's supposed to miraculously cure everything that's been wrong with your gut and weight. But most of these diets cause an imbalance of nutrients in the gut. When you start out, a new diet might be a shock to the entire system, which is why you might notice immediate weight loss and a feeling of lightness in your belly. But as soon as your gut gets a little bit used to the new diet, all the progress will be for nothing. So most people quickly plateau and then progress grinds to a halt. I'm sure you've been there yourself, probably more times than you wish to remember. I knew why Andrea was discouraged by the existing solutions, like so many of my patients when they came to see me. But I also knew that while my treatments worked, I hadn't gotten to the root cause of it all. I knew that a big part of the problem within our gut has to do with rampant inflammation, and not just any kind of inflammation, but the kind that ends up causing clogs in your colon, affecting the movement of your bowels, or giving you ulcers and hemorrhoids. Sadly, so many experts treat inflammation as something that just happens and we can't explain why. So we might as well move on to the next interesting research. I was determined to find a solution for Andrea, and she was convinced that the only thing that had kept her going for years, despite her crippling gut problems, was her yoga practice and the multiple massages and meditations she did. She kept a detailed diary over the years of what kind of movements and massages helped the most. I couldn't help but be impressed, so I decided to dig into this. I knew that yoga was thousands of years old and had countless health benefits, so I wanted to dig into the subject. And what I found shocked me. Seemed to all target inflammation in a specific part of the body. After digging even deeper, I realized it was all pointing to a little-known nerve in the human body that modern science had been flat out ignoring in research. In the Ayurvedic tradition, which dates back thousands of years, this nerve, known as the vagus nerve, is sacred. It's the longest nerve in the body, which connects our gut to our brain and controls both of them. It is the most important nerve in your body because it decides whether your digestion is smooth or not, whether your gut is healthy, and how much weight you gain or lose. Moreover, it gathers information from your entire body and sends it straight to the brain. This is how your brain can decide every day what your body needs to be healthy. The top yoga teachers with decades of experience know that the vagus nerve acts as the control center for all the vital functions in the body. In fact, Andrea showed me a couple of massage techniques that soothe the gut and a 7-second belly massage that provides temporary relief. The most effective technique starts with squatting down and walking for 5 steps while in a squat. Then get up and then gently massage the area above your belly button in a circular motion for 7 seconds in a clockwise motion. And while the technique did provide instant digestive relief, she just didn't know how to dig deeper, because she knew none of the scientific terms or medical explanations that would make it clear how to improve these techniques. And no wonder she hadn't found the solution on her own. It took me months of digging and reading up on these ancient practices to finally connect the dots myself. But in the end, I knew I had finally stumbled upon the key to gut problems plaguing more than 70% of Americans' daily lives. Once you discover how simple and easy it could have been for you to fix your gut problem, you will be furious that doctors hadn't pointed you in the right direction before. Imagine a powerful vagus nerve protocol that only takes seconds and means you'll never be holding in gas or feeling your stomach sticking out in front of friends, family, or someone special. No more loud, embarrassing sounds or awful smells coming from the bathroom. No more cutting out all the foods you love because you're scared of them. You will immediately start losing weight naturally as you completely and totally empty your bowels. I was so intrigued by Andrea's massage technique and the vagus nerve that I immediately started calling all my college friends that had specialized in neurology. I found out who had researched the subject and got my hands on the very latest on the vagus nerve. And what I found floored me. This nerve is a very old part of our nervous system and one of the most sophisticated and developed. First of all, many scientists believe that humans grew bigger brains as a result of the vagus nerve becoming more intelligent. And here's the most dumbfounding fact. The vagus nerve developed thanks to something that humans used to eat. In fact, the gut system of ancient humans developed around this one plant they used to eat in huge quantities, but barely anyone eats today outside of remote regions in Africa. In fact, it's been considered essential to good health by centuries-old practices worldwide, from China to tribes in Africa and even to the ancient Pacific Islands. At the same time, medical research has shown that if the vagus gets damaged, you lose your ability to pass food from the stomach to the intestines. It's the command center to your digestion. So when damage occurs, it is critical. In millions of Americans, this communication line is affected every single day by inflammation, which makes the information from the vagus nerve that much harder to reach the gut. If you have gut problems and inflammation caused by your vagus nerve being damaged, as we speak, you have more than 8 pounds, a gallon of food trapped in your belly. Just think about how much food that is. Can you recall your last few meals? Everything you've eaten, it's all just sitting there, rotting, robbing you of your energy. And the main culprit affecting the vagus nerve is something that has literally become unavoidable in today's world. Even if you choose to never take it directly, it will still get into your system. And I'm talking about antibiotics. They're everywhere. From the chicken meat you eat to the water you drink, it's even being hidden in milk. There's just no escaping the inflammation that antibiotics cause throughout the body. One of the major side effects of fluoroquinolone antibiotics is that they can cause peripheral neuropathy or nerve damage. This means that the antibiotics are attacking the nerves in your body, and the most exposed nerve is also the longest, the vagus nerve. After over 4 months of non-stop research, I knew that any solution had to start with the vagus nerve. So I became obsessed with finding something to reduce inflammation and get the vagus nerve to stop sending alarm signals throughout your body. All my research eventually pointed me in a completely unexpected direction. That in entire regions in Africa, inflammation of the gut is basically non-existent. Even though they don't eat healthier than the rest of the world, and most of them don't even have all the available food they need. In fact, I was considering that one of the reasons for their excellent gut health with no IBS, almost no lactose intolerance, and rarely any GERD, might be connected to some sort of fasting or limiting food intake. But no. In fact, it has to do with a little-known 200-million-year-old plant that has basically been the foundation of our gut flora. This ancient plant helped form the digestive system of ancient humans, and every single one of our ancestors grew the vagus nerve and developed their gut flora with the help of this plant. But nowadays, it's ignored by modern medicine. I've barely seen any information on this 200-million-year-old plant, also known as the Tree of Life. You may have seen this tree in religious symbols. It's considered the most healing plant in the world and full of a secret substance that reduces inflammation of the vagus nerve and the gut. I'm talking about the baobab, a 200-million-year-old tree. It's a plant with a unique combination of rare nutrients that exist in no other plants on the planet. That's because, being so ancient, this plant used to be the store of all nutrients in one place. One of these powerful nutrients is homogalacturion, or Hg for short. Hg treats neuroinflammation, regulates the immune system, and soothes, you guessed it, the vagus nerve. Imagine a relaxing massage for the vagus nerve, but from within. As the baobab enters your gut, it starts working to soothe and reduce inflammation in the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve immediately recognizes this incredible plant because for millennia it's been tied to the health of your gut. It's also considered one of the most advanced prebiotics on the planet, meaning it's the ultimate food for good bacteria in your gut. Remember when I told you about all the low-quality fiber in stores that's often not even good for your gut? That's because the gut of your ancestors developed this with particular baobab fiber. Even a small intake of baobab, a glass of water with less than 2% powder inside, has been shown to literally skyrocket the production of key organically occurring good bacteria, like Acidophilus and Bifidobacterium. No more popping them in a pill form, but allowing them to flourish naturally. One of the strangest things about baobabs is their ability to store enormous amounts of water within their trunk. They can store up to 32,000 gallons of water to endure harsh drought conditions. And baobab extracts can also store and release the perfect amount of water in your gut when needed, hydrating every cell in it. Meaning you'll pass your poop faster and with less effort, while rejuvenating the mucus lining of your gut. In fact, this is how ancient humans managed to survive the harsh droughts, by eating the baobab fruit. This kept their bodies hydrated from within, storing water in the cells and releasing it when necessary. When I read all this and realized what miracle I'd stumbled upon, I could barely contain my joy. Knowing how many other useless so-called solutions are out there and in what conditions they're produced, I felt that if I could get this solution out to people like you, I could finally make a meaningful change. But it got even better, because I managed to get a connection to a facility that gets this baobab straight from the source, harvested in the wild, minimally processed, and completely chemical-free. You see, the real deal baobab fruit just dries naturally on the branch. In fact, it's the only fruit in the world that does that. The local women from African tribes wait for 6 months for this fruit to dry out organically. Then they collect it and turn it into a powder by hand in a centuries-old ritual. Nothing is added to help the fruit grow, and it develops in one of the most chemically pristine places in the world, the Saharan Desert. These trees have never been affected by water with antibiotics in it, and there are no dangerous plastics decomposing in the soil it grows in, or even fumes of cars or planes traveling in the area. That means that not only does the baobab heal the vagus nerve and help reduce inflammation through its active compounds, but these pure ancient trees don't put any more inflammation-causing substances in your body. I could not believe all that I'd learned, and I was sure that this was the beginning of a solution that would finally heal the gut. However, I wanted a solution that is 100% bulletproof. I knew that after healing the vagus nerve, the gut lining needed to be fully restored as well. Antibiotics not only destroy nerves, they also break down the gut lining. If you suffer from regular diarrhea or constipation, it means that your gut lining is damaged and out of whack. Luckily for me, this was my area of expertise, because I'd already spent decades dealing with precisely these issues in my clinic. I'd been using a special type of anti-inflammatory and anti-cell aging compound for 5 years in my clinic, just for people suffering from chronic constipation and diarrhea. And I believe taking this together with pure wild harvested baobab would result in a complete gut restoration. Known as biogenic polyamines, these are the key to restoring the gut lining and helping you absorb the right nutrients from your food. If you have a leaky gut, which more and more folks have nowadays, you'll be amazed at how quickly and easily your symptoms will disappear one by one. In a popular study published in the journal Gut Microbes, subjects took biogenic polyamines, and when the gut barrier was strengthened and their leaky gut healed, their erratic blood sugar levels stabilized. And subjects also experienced, and I quote, significant loss of weight. Top nutritionists I know also recommended it for preventing skin issues, aging, and weight loss. In fact, some of them use this polyamine with their clients, call it beauty from within. But sadly, I've been the only gut specialist recommending biogenic polyamines since they were first discovered, since most doctors don't know about them. Recent research into biogenic polyamines also show that they improve signaling along the vagus nerve, meaning that the gut will do what it is supposed to do, which is to poop things out quickly and easily, rather than receiving alarm signals from the brain and causing stuck poop, constipation, or diarrhea. The third and final step was to make sure the gut is just active enough. If your gut movement called peristalsis is too strong, it will trap feces inside the intestines, and this can lead to horrible consequences for your overall health. Basically, you'll be poisoned from the inside and gain unwanted weight because your intestines simply won't let go of the food you finished digesting. Now, when the intestines are too sluggish, they don't keep food long enough for it to be processed properly. And that's why there are so many cases of anemia and a feeling of weakness in the body, because you're simply not getting the nutrients you need. So I also added konjac, which acts like an entire gym for your gut, restoring muscle control and mobility. You see, konjac is an old trick up the sleeve of Japanese medical practitioners. And as you may well know, the Japanese are rarely obese and have one of the longest life expectancies on the planet. Konjac is a type of root that was originally exported from Japan between 500 and 800 years ago as a culinary commodity reserved for the wealthy elite. They initially found their way to China via Buddhist monks, who revered them for their purported medicinal value. Unfortunately, konjac never really gained much popularity outside of Japan, where it's still heavily used as an ingredient, because it's full of glucomannan, a rare type of fiber that really works against constipation. But that's just the first visible effect, because over time, glucomannan can actually improve bowel movement. In short-term studies, it was shown to improve bowel movement by more than 30%. Now, imagine what it can do long-term if you add it to your diet for a couple of months. I would know, because I've been recommending it to my patients for over 10 years, and it has literally performed miracles. Sometimes called the broom of the stomach, konjac is hailed for its ability to sweep the bowels of toxins and waste. Konjac even forms a gel that coats the lining of the gut and encourages healthy bowel movements. It does this while also slowing spikes in blood sugar levels and alkalizing the body. Research also shows that konjac lowers total cholesterol levels. This makes konjac a friendly food for type 2 diabetics, patients with cardiovascular disease, and anyone seeking a healthy lifestyle. To complete this formula, I also use 2 types of super fiber that have been my go-to for over 10 years. The first is extracted from peas raised in pure soil, and the second is an extract from the acacia tree called sucra. These 2 super fibers have been proven to be the most nutritious food for specific types of bacteria that are vulnerable to the chemical destruction of antibiotics. Basically, the most delicate bacteria that keep your gut alive and running well will finally get the food they've been craving. With these 4 steps, I knew I had the best natural medicine sourced from around the world to fight gut disease and bowel problems naturally, just as your body needs it. These ingredients, which all work in tandem to best reduce inflammation and offer hydration and mobility of your gut, would finally give Andrea her freedom back. And it could do the same for anyone else who steps inside my clinic, because gut problems are caused by the exact same reasons in the majority of people. I wanted anyone seeking my help to finally experience relief, to no longer have to juggle the foods they eat, trying to guess which ingredient will lead to bloating or diarrhea or smelly gas or uncomfortable cramps. I'd promised myself that my patients would finally live a life where they could enjoy food without having anxiety, where they could eat all the favorite dishes they had to give up, and on top of that, start losing the extra weight that had been plaguing their self-confidence for ages. The first one to test this brand new formula was obviously Andrea. She'd put all her faith in me, and I knew I could simply not let her down. You can imagine how delighted we both were when only a couple of weeks after she started taking this breakthrough formula, she told me she could finally get through her day without worrying about her digestion or how bloated and constipated she was. She could simply go to work, come home, and still have the energy to play with her kids. Not only that, but while monitoring her, I realized she'd also started dropping weight effortlessly without changing her diet. Knowing that this formula was bulletproof, just like I'd hoped for, I started recommending this new blend to patients in my clinic. I worked with my team for months to tweak the balance of the ingredients and make sure that they would be the best fit for the human gut. The initial formula already had promising results, but after modifying the exact quantities of the ingredients, I knew I finally had it. Dozens and dozens of patients started calling me at all hours of the day to tell the significant improvements they were seeing since starting the new formula. I got an email from Daniela, a patient who'd been suffering from gut problems ever since she was 22. Now at 45, with the help of my new formula, she was finally pain and discomfort free. She told me,
"Your consults have been keeping me afloat for more than 5 years. But finally, with this solution, I am completely pain-free, with no bloating, and I have started to lose weight like crazy. A few of my work colleagues even asked me if I was taking Ozempic. I look better and feel better than I have in 2 decades. I cannot thank you enough."
Chris sent me this video to thank me.
I knew my wife really loved your work and your attitude, but when she started telling me about this new solution you had at your clinic, honestly, I was a bit skeptical. It sounded, as they say, too good to be true. But I have to say that for the past 4 months, and I'll put it very, very out on the table here, I've been pooping at the same hour every single day, normally, and I never even thought that would be possible. So thank you.
And Jenna, who also brought in her aunt and her mother.
All the girls in my family can finally fully enjoy brunch together. I feel light after eating, and I can finally taste my favorite cheese and beef steak with gravy, all without feeling heavy, bloated, or nauseous. I can't believe how comfortable I feel in my body, and I'm down 2 dress sizes. Now tell me that's not a perfect fix.
This kind of feedback almost brought me to tears. And before I knew it, more and more people were calling in, trying to book a consultation or asking how they could get their hands on this brand new formula. I knew I could not just send them the packing, and I knew I could not personally see and monitor every single one of them. So I consulted my team and we came to one conclusion. We had to make this available to the public. And because we wanted to make sure that we never let a single person down, we put together a list of must-haves before releasing this incredible formula to the public. It had to be made with the same care that we gave it in our own lab. It could never be sold through other distributors who might not care about how they store the formula. It had to be made with only the purest ingredients. When we ran out of them, we would stop production till we could get our hands on more. We searched for months to find reliable distributors for some of the ingredients. and I jumped for joy in my seat when I was put in contact with a producer of baobab powder that only accepted baobab picked and processed purely by hand according to ancient African traditions. And finding a facility that could put this together was a fluke. I could not trust just any place, no matter how shiny they looked on the surface. I knew from experience just how many dozens of supplements, teas, and natural formulas are completely useless by the time they end up on store shelves, just because the production facility or the storage space took no care of the boxes. But I got lucky. The husband of one of my patients is the manager of such a facility. It is one of only a half dozen in the entire United States that have state-of-the-art machinery able to process and preserve prebiotics and probiotics to keep the cultures of bacteria alive and the nutrients intact. But more than just having the best machines, I knew this man would personally do everything it takes for the formula to be effective, because he himself has seen the devastating health problems, the pain, and the discomfort that a bad gut can cause. His wife had suffered for over 15 years from IBS, hemorrhoids, and constipation before being referred to my clinic. He promised us that he would personally make sure that our formula will always be given extra care. His facility is not only American-run and respects all the standards imposed by the FDA, which are very strict, but they also sterilize and clean their equipment twice as often as regulations imposed. It's also GMP certified, and the people on the team focus on helping others, not on squeezing every dime of profit at the expense of quality. So after months of work and research, we finally had something that could put an end to bloating, diarrhea, constipation, gas, and irritable bowels, but also hemorrhoids and unwanted weight gain caused by a bad gut. We were so proud and so happy. We decided to name it DigestSync, the only treatment that restores the lining of the gut, retraining it to properly pass stools without effort while extracting all the nutrients you need and quickly discarding the rest. But it does so much more than that. It gets straight to the root cause of gut problems and fixes them for good, getting rid of inflammation from the vagus nerve, the control center of your entire digestive system. And this treatment is made right here in the US, not in some obscure factory in China where you have no guarantees of what you're getting in the box. It's non-GMO, something that's crucial to not causing further inflammation in your gut, and it's not habit forming. It only uses the purest ingredients that are picked and processed the same way they were used thousands of years ago by our ancestors, who developed their gut using the wild baobab. And it will finally allow you to live a life of comfort. No more rumbling stomach, no more looking around to make sure a toilet's close by in case you need it, no more having to painfully keep gas inside so you don't humiliate yourself in front of others, no more bulging belly every single meal. You'll finally be able to say goodbye to straining to poop and unwanted weight gain because your gut will now process food efficiently. Since we put this breakthrough discovery out there, over 21,700 clients have successfully used it and completely wiped away all of their gut concerns. And they flood us with emails and messages to tell us just how grateful they are that we didn't keep this solution only in our clinic, but allowed people from around the world to use it in just a couple of seconds every day in the comfort of their homes. People are seeing the results, and they're recommending us to their loved ones, their friends, and their colleagues, and we could not be more happy. But this is also the reason why we're having a very hard time keeping supplies in stock. We've already run out of the treatment 4 times and even had to restrict it to the clinic. And despite our best efforts, it takes a long time to make something of high quality. If you're on this page and see a message that says supplies finished, then I'm very sorry you'll not be able to start your healing journey today. But if there's no sign showing up on this page, then you can still get your supply of this unique gut healing treatment today. Not only will you be able to start using it immediately, but you'll also love how easy and delicious it is to heal your gut. All you have to do is take 1 scoop of this groundbreaking formula and mix it in a tall glass of water. You'll love the light citrus flavor it has, which is the natural taste of the baobab fruit. We recommend drinking the whole glass and making sure you stir it well. Take it every single morning with your breakfast. If you skip one morning accidentally, you can take it with your lunch or dinner instead. Just make sure you don't skip a day. A day skipped will immediately cause the inflammation in your vagus nerve to flare up again and will likely wipe out the progress you've made. And I know you don't want that, and neither would I. I'm excited for you to experience a life where gut issues are a thing of the past. Imagine waking up every morning feeling fantastic, with no trace of bloating or discomfort at the start of your day. Picture yourself digging into a juicy burger or enjoying a slice of cheesy pizza without any fear of indigestion or discomfort afterwards. You'll finally have the energy to pursue your favorite activities, whether it's tending to your garden, hosting family barbecues, or playing with your kids or grandkids, without your gut holding you back. I know you want this life for yourself, and I want you to experience this relief and good health. That's why I've worked for months to bring down the price of this one-of-a-kind treatment. It's not easy when you're not willing to cut corners on quality. I just tried my best to make sure that no one helping us out, the producers and suppliers, don't end up losing money out of their own pockets. I was happy to cut down the cost from my contribution, because for me, this is bigger than money. That's also why I'll never sell out to large chain stores. I never want to see my formula on the shelves of the traditional supermarket chains or large pharmacies, because they demand that you double the price of a product and start making it at a cheaper cost so it makes more profit for them. I will never allow that to happen. And this is also why you'll never find us on Amazon, eBay, Etsy, or other large online stores. We're here to offer relief and healing to every single person who believes in the work we've done and the incredible discoveries that have pushed us to create this. This website is the only place where you'll be able to get this breakthrough treatment that will solve gut issues at the root, including bloating, constipation, and weight gain, by revitalizing and strengthening your vagus nerve. I've also made this product as affordable as I possibly can, and you won't be able to find anything like it at a better price. If anyone promises you that, they are definitely not putting into the bottle what is promised on the label. And there's an additional thing you'll also need to know. It's important that you order the full quantity that you need right now. Many of the people coming to my clinic or writing to us are placing orders not just for themselves, but for their entire family or for their friends as well. And as you well know by now, it's very difficult to keep up with the demand when the ingredients are so rare and produced under such strict conditions. When the next batch runs out, it'll most likely take more than 200 days to finalize the next one. This has been our experience until now. If you interrupt your treatment because it's no longer available for a while, you risk having to start from scratch. So to make sure that you're not making your gut health issues even worse than they are, do not interrupt the treatment, no matter what. Get the right number of jars today, because the bacteria in your gut that craves these excellent prebiotics will thank you for it for the rest of your life. It's also easier to get the full quantity you need to heal your gut, because I've worked relentlessly to cut down the price to the bare bones. I believe the price I've finally been able to negotiate with everyone involved is fair and reasonable, and will help us keep afloat and keep bringing this breakthrough solution to thousands of people. Having healthy bowel movements, pooping on demand when you want to, and getting rid of bloating, clogged up bowels, and unwanted weight will no longer cost you hundreds of dollars wasted on products that don't work. And this formula is basically side effect free, because it only uses the most natural and pure ingredients. Now, the cost of having perfect gut health can be as low as $1.50 a day, which is the cost I've been able to negotiate down to and still bring you this product. One of these jars will cost you $69, but our special discount on our most popular 6-pack would give you an additional $20 off each bottle. At $1.50 a day, this unique gut fix is less than the cost of a cup of coffee. As a doctor, I always recommend the 6-pack. In my entire career, I've never seen a treatment that fully clears gut issues from the root, from the damage caused by antibiotics to the impaired vagus nerve function, in under 3 months. And anyone who promises you that is either ill-informed or ill-intended. Don't forget that if you want to improve your gut health and you want to make sure it doesn't become worse with time, it's important for you to treat it every single day until it's completely vanished. And then keep using the formula for a couple more weeks after that. I'm so convinced about the effectiveness of this formula that I will make it completely risk-free for you. I want you to make this choice without worries, so I will offer you a money-back guarantee for 60 days. If you're not convinced for any reason by our solution, just contact our friendly and reliable customer support team, and they'll give you back every single cent, hassle-free. This formula has been tested by thousands of my patients, and it works. But if for any reason you're unhappy with your order, then it will have cost you literally nothing. Plus, I'm going to make it an even better deal for you. Since you stuck with me to find out all this new information, I know it can be challenging to piece together the entire picture, and I could not be more grateful for your patience and your courage to finally face your gut issues head-on. That's why I'm also going to add 2 bonus guides worth $109 absolutely free. The first bonus is called Secret Habits of the Super Wealthy: How to Look Young and Stay Sharp Well into Old Age. In this guide, you'll find out simple tips and tricks stolen from the rich and powerful that enable them to look and feel great as they age. Tips such as 10 proven holistic nutrition tips recommended by celebrity nutritionists to look younger, the Tibetan morning routine that instantly gives you the energy of a teenager, 5 green foods that slow down aging significantly. Top billionaires and famous actors eat them religiously to look 20 years younger. The second bonus is called Simple and Quick Hacks for the Vagus Nerve that will get you dropping pounds in days. In this guide, you'll find the 30-second yogi belly breathing exercise that stimulates the vagus nerve to help you drop pound after pound of unwanted fat. How to use these 3 pressure points to tone your thighs, butt, and stomach. The odd but efficient black shower routine that gets rid of the orange peel skin effect in weeks. And so much more. Both guides are yours free when you buy the 3-pack or 6-pack with the price discount included as well, and you'll get access to them immediately. But that's not all, because when you order the discounted 3 or 6-month package, you'll also get free shipping. But both the special multi-bottle discount and the free shipping are limited. If the cost for any of the ingredients, storage, or shipping go up, we'll have no choice but to either increase the price or give up the discounts we can offer. And we might run out of it altogether any minute now, because more and more people are finding out about this breakthrough gut fix and want to try it right away. So make the right choice for your gut and start giving it the relief it craves today by choosing the right package for you. The sooner you secure your order, the sooner you can start experiencing relief, and I know how long you've been hoping for it. This is truly one of the smartest and most important investments you'll ever make to free yourself from the discomfort of having a poor gut, but also to heal all the other problems that an inflamed vagus nerve and bad gut end up causing throughout your body. I'm not here to sugarcoat how bad gut health is. I strongly believe it is one of the root causes of many modern diseases and early death. I don't want there to be any more hardworking Americans out there who have to suffer through illness and pain every day. That's why I guarantee what you see is what you get. The only formula that fixes gut issues for good. And I know that spending your money on something you have yet to try yourself can be scary. There are many scams or ill-intentioned people out there just looking to make a quick buck. So you need to know that you'll not be charged even a single penny more than the price you see when you click the purchase button. I'm a doctor, not a man doing business, so there will never be any hidden costs or rebills or anything more from your bank account than the total sum you will clearly see on your screen. When you click the package below, you'll be taken to a 100% secure checkout page. You'll fill in your information and complete the purchase, and your package will be reserved under your name. That means it will be immediately put aside in our storage facility under your name. No one else will be able to buy it, and you'll start your healing journey today with this very decision. You'll also receive an email confirmation from me and information how to get in touch with our support team if you have any questions or need help with your order. We're here for you 24/7 because our focus is adding your name to the 21,700 Americans who have completely restored their gut health. I know you've been with me this far because you're finally determined to address your gut issues that you've been dealing with for so long. So click the 6-jar package or any of the options below. Right now, the discounts for the 3 and 6-jar packages are still available, and you'll also get our guides completely free. Not to mention that we've managed to secure free shipping for you, and we will refund you immediately if you're unhappy with this formula for any reason at all. I'm only willing to take all these risks because I'm committed to fixing gut issues and because I'm convinced our breakthrough discovery works. So let me guide you through choosing the right package for you. If you only have a very mild case of gut issues, which means occasional bloating or discomfort, then you can definitely go for the 3-pack. Unfortunately, it will cost you a bit more simply because I'm not able to get you the benefits of the bulk buy discount. The 6-jar package is what you need if you're experiencing more persistent gut health problems, such as chronic bloating, constipation, or weight gain. You can start healing your gut today by investing in this formula and committing to use it, something I've made as easy as possible. Don't forget, you should use it as part of your daily routine and not skip any days, which should be easy considering it tastes really good and it's so easy to use. Using it as part of your daily routine means the active ingredients will get to work immediately and effectively. You'll be able to tell the difference and get on with your day immediately after that. The ingredients will continue to do their job throughout the day, so you don't waste any time, making it the most convenient treatment out there. I'm simply thrilled that you're willing to give our solution an honest try, just like the thousands of men and women of all ages before you who've improved their gut health with this formula. You've heard some of their incredible results and the joy they felt using it. And I can tell you, there's no better day to start this journey than today. The only regret you'll have is that you didn't use this solution sooner. And I couldn't be more proud of you. Fixing persistent health problems is daunting for anyone, and I know how hard it can be to feel discouraged and helpless. I'm here to give you that power back, and my formula will be with you every step of the way, supporting your healing. So choose the 6-pack right now and take your first step. I've given you the best combination possible so you have the best tools in the fight against gut issues. The rest is up to you. Make sure you don't miss out because you won't be able to find us anywhere else. Lock in the supply you need to make the change you've been waiting for. This time, you really have nothing to lose and everything to gain. I know the first step is the hardest, but just think how good it will feel in 3 months when your gut feels lighter, your energy is soaring, and those annoying issues like bloating and constipation are a thing of the past. You haven't stuck with me so far only to give up on yourself. I believe you can turn this around, and you should believe in yourself too. I have to be honest right now. When my patients pay for a consultation to see me, I usually tell them they really have 2 choices. One is to ignore everything they've learned from our consultation and bury their head in the sand. Ignore the bloating, the discomfort, and the weight gain, and go back to using the same over-the-counter treatments that don't even work. Sure, it might seem easier to brush off your gut issues, but is it worth living with that constant unease? Picture this. You're out with friends or family, and all you can think about is how uncomfortable you feel. That's not how life should be. I've seen the toll it takes on my patients, and I want something different for you. The other way is unfamiliar, but you'll get a gut and body that feels good day in and day out. The first step is always the hardest, but I believe in you, especially since you've watched this far into this presentation. This means you're committed to taking care of yourself. We now have a scientifically proven, quick and easy way to improve your gut health immediately. Imagine not having to worry about your gut betraying you at the worst moments. No more running to the bathroom in the middle of a meeting or feeling bloated on a date. No more secretly unzipping your pants under the table because the pressure on your belly feels unbearable. No more holding in smelly gas because it always shows up at the most inappropriate moments. Picture waking up feeling light and energized, ready to tackle the day without any gut drama. Imagine being able to enjoy your favorite foods without fear of the consequences. A healthy gut means you're in control, not your digestive system. That's the freedom a healthy gut can give you. No more discomfort or anxiety, just you feeling your best. No one can choose for you. It's not your fault that you had gut health issues, but you have the power to fix them starting right now. I'll be rooting for you the whole way if you decide to fight this. I know that success is only weeks away. It may feel scary to commit to the full treatment, but you've got this. Choose the 3-pack or our most popular 6-pack before they run out. I'm looking forward to hearing your success story. And if you love this formula and has turned your gut issues around, please send me a message in any form to tell me about your journey to gut health. Your voice might just convince the next person who's scared to take the first step. Thank you for sticking with me so far and for giving this a real shot. I hope to hear from you soon. Still here? Still deciding? Ever since we released this breakthrough formula, we've gotten so many messages from people interested in it. So I'm going to answer a few of the most common ones while you're deciding which package is best for you. The first question's from Anna from Dallas, Texas. She asks, "Hey, Dr. Blackwell, I've tried everything to fix my gut issues, from probiotics to enemas and laxatives. What makes this treatment better than them?" First and foremost, none of the products available on the market right now address the vagus nerve. Second of all, none of them have the right ingredients. What makes our gut healing formula unique is the wild baobab. Baobab stands out in gut health for its unique blend of ancient plant nutrients and prebiotic qualities, which makes it exceptionally beneficial for promoting healthy gut bacteria, like Acidophilus and Bifidobacterium. Unlike the low-quality fibers you find in today's food and most supplements, baobab is naturally attuned to our natural diet, offering the perfect potent dosage that dramatically enhances probiotic production. We also added biogenic polyamine and konjac. Biogenic polyamines repair the gut lining and boost nutrition absorption, critical for a healthy digestive system. Konjac, rich in glucosamine, will make sure you enjoy a clockwork digestion. The trio of natural ingredients provides a strong support system for your gut, targeting the root causes of digestive issues and offering long-term benefits beyond what typical products can achieve. It's the synergy of Baobab with other gut supportive elements that sets our revolutionary gut healing formula apart, offering a more complete and effective solution for gut health. Marie from California asks, I've always had the suspicion that my gut was to blame for my weight gain. Will this help me lose those extra pounds? The powerful blend of Baobab, biogenic polyamines, and konjac is a game changer for anyone looking to shed pounds. First off, Baobab isn't your ordinary fiber. It's a gut health powerhouse, feeding the good bacteria and kicking your metabolism into high gear. Think of it as your gut's personal trainer, helping burn off fat by just doing its thing. Then we've got biogenic polyamines. They repair your gut lining, stopping unwanted inflammation in its tracks and smoothing out blood sugar spikes. When your body isn't fighting inflammation or riding the blood sugar roller coaster, it's easier to actually lose weight and keep it off. Then we have konjac, the hunger buster. Packed with glucosamine, it swells up in your stomach, making you feel full without loading you down with calories. It's like filling up your tank with premium fuel that lasts longer and works better. While each of these ingredients is fantastic on its own, when they team up, they create a weight loss symphony. They cut down cravings, squash inflammation, and boost your metabolism. The next question comes from Janine from Nevada. Are there any side effects? Is this safe to take long term? This potent formula has been designed for all ages and medical conditions. All the ingredients have been proven to be safe in clinical trials and are constantly tested for purity and to ensure against toxins and contaminants. Moreover, it's manufactured in an FDA-approved facility under sterile, strict, and precise standards. With more than 21,700 customers, we haven't seen any notable side effects. So we're confident in saying that this is one of the purest gut health formulas you'll find on the market. As always, if you currently have a medical condition or you're taking other prescription medication, we advise you to show a bottle of this to your doctor before you take it, just to put your mind at ease. Sammy from New York asks, when and how should I take this for maximum effect? We recommend you take this gut health formula once a day with a tall glass of water. All you have to do is add 1 scoop to your morning water, mix thoroughly, and enjoy the gut cleansing benefits this offers. For maximum effect, you can take it right before breakfast. Another question comes from Jackie T., Topeka, Kansas. She asks, Dr. Blackwell, I'm anxious it won't work for me. What then? The more results we see, the stronger we believe that this gut health formula has the power to fix your digestion for good, helping you lose weight and look great in the process. It's true, though, that nothing works 100% for people who try it because every human body is different and works in its own way. That's why every order comes with an ironclad 60-day money-back guarantee. If for any reason you're not fully satisfied with the results, you can just return what you haven't used, even the empty bottles, for a prompt and hassle-free refund. Last but not least, Emily V. from Lincoln, Nebraska asks, I'm not very tech-savvy. How easy is it to place my order? It's very easy. Just click the button below now to go to our secure order checkout page. Enter your information, and we'll immediately get to work shipping this incredible gut health breakthrough right to your doorstep. So all you have to do today is click below. Fill in your payment details on our secure order form and submit your order. I can't wait to hear your success story.